Xiao Yin was suddenly called out by a man and a woman. Turning around, he asked them, "You are?" The two exuded an overwhelming pressure. Unsurprising, given that both were perfect two-star Do Xian powerhouses, not to be underestimated. Heh, isn't this Feng Yu and Julie? The next moment, Lu Qing and Duan Qifei approached with a faint smile. Soon, the six of them, 4 women and 2 men, gathered together. This voice. Qifei. The woman furrowed her brows as she heard the familiar tone. After carefully studying Duan Qifei, who was in disguise, she suddenly recognized her. "Sister Julie, what sharp eyes you have," Duan Qifei replied with a laugh, surprised that her meticulous disguise had been seen through so quickly. "You know each other?" Xiao Yin asked with a hint of surprise. "Allow me to introduce you. This is Feng Yu, the young master of Maple Blossom Valley, and his fiancée, Julie from the Six Sacred Sect," Duan Qifei explained with a smile. "Feng Yu and Julie?" Xiao Yin murmured, carefully examining the pair. Feng Yu exuded an almost imperceptible pressure. His silver robes, coupled with his angular features, gave him a refined, though not strikingly handsome, appearance. Julie, on the other hand, had a pale complexion tinged with a hint of gloom. Her attire bore patterns of spiders and scorpions, lending her an air of mystery accentuated by something indistinct circling her face. Both carried matching jade pendants, clearly a shared token of some significance. "Xiao Yin, at your service." Xiao Yin responded with a smile. "Heh, we were just intrigued by brother Xiao Yan's strength and thought we'd make your acquaintance. Nothing wrong with that, is there?" Feng Yu smiled warmly. "The pleasure is mine." Xiao Yin returned the courtesy with a smile, though inwardly he was evaluating the duo. Without using the sacred flame, Xiao Yin doubted his ability to defeat them. Feng Yu and Julie were undoubtedly among the strongest contenders in this competition. Yet, due to the special nature of the sacred flame, he dared not wield it recklessly. "Contestant number 5, please enter the arena." Duan Tianfeng's voice resonated from the sky. "It's my turn. Let's talk later." "Lear, I'll be back shortly." Feng Yu flashed a grin before stepping into the mountain of contests. "Well?" Duan Qifei asked Xiao Yin nervously. "Think you can handle them?" "I don't know," Xiao Yin replied with a shake of his head. The 8 major factions in Thunder City represented the pinnacle of Eastern continent power. The earlier battle, if not for Mu Zhao's mistake, would have been a grueling struggle. Feng Yu and Julie were undoubtedly even stronger than Mu Zhao. Perfect 2-star Do Xian powerhouses. They're probably the strongest opponents in this competition. A perfect 2-star Do Xian matched against a late 2-star Do Xian? That poor guy's doomed. A nearby contestant muttered. "Begin." Duan Tianfeng's voice echoed again, signaling the start of the match. For a moment, the arena remained eerily silent. "Do I need to take action, or will you step down on your own?" Feng Yu asked, his gaze sweeping over the man before him. "Late 2-star Do Xian, Earth Element. Against me, you stand no chance. Even if you refuse to surrender, all you'll earn is unnecessary pain." Feng Yu stated flatly, instantly discerning his opponent's details. "Surrender? In your dreams." The Earth Element contestant roared, unleashing a surge of dazzling yellow Do Qi, his presence immediately radiating overwhelming defensive might. "Spatial rend." Feng Yu wasted no time, silver Do Qi surging as he shouted. In an instant, silver energy materialized near the Earth Element contestant, twisting the surrounding void into a temporary distortion. Shield of Earth and Rock. The Earth Element contestant, no slouch, quickly formed a layer of protective rock over his skin and erected a heavy shield in front of him, attempting to counter Feng Yu's fearsome attack. Swish, swish, swish. The spatial rend's power far exceeded the Earth Element contestant's expectations. In moments, the surrounding void and his rocky defenses destabilized. A wave of deathly energy accompanied by a piercing screech engulfing the area. "Not good," the contestant shouted, attempting to rally his internal energy to defend himself, but Feng Yu's assault left him no room to recover. Too late. Spatial vortex. Feng Yu sneered as his spatial rend tore through all the defensive rocks. The space vortex emerged with a loud whoosh. It immediately unleashed an immense pulling force, as if it sought to devour all the creatures within the mountain range. You've lost. The power of the spatial strangulation is considerable, but your defense was solid. The only problem is, you underestimated the vortex's strength. The spatial vortex is extremely terrifying. If you were sucked in, you could very well be sent to some mysterious realm. You wouldn't even know how you died. Duan Tianfeng explained, as he approached the Earth Attribute Man. Thanks, Third Leader. The Earth Attribute Man didn't seem overly concerned about his defeat, as if he had expected it. After speaking, he left without a word. You fool, the spatial vortex is not something to use lightly. This isn't a child's game. A short while later, Duan Tianfeng scolded Feng Yu. Feng Yu nodded lightly. As someone from the spatial type, he understood the strength and threat of his element better than anyone else. With that, he left the mountain of contests and returned to the outside. This guy, he's actually a spatial type? Xiao watched as Feng Yu used such a thunderous method to defeat his opponent and couldn't help but speak up. He's indeed a spatial type, and his control over it is incredibly versatile. The last time I fought him, it ended in a draw. Duan Qifei said lazily from the side. A draw? Xiao couldn't help but be shocked. Duan Qifei's strength was only at the mid 2-star Do Xian stage, but Feng Yu was truly at the peak of 2-star Do Xian. The fact that this woman could even tie with him was a testament to her strength. Let's go. Xiao shook his head and said, before turning to leave with Xun'er. However, Lu Qing followed them, as if she had something to discuss with Xiao. Ever since meeting Xiao, Lu Qing has been acting all mysterious. What's going on? Duan Qifei, who stayed behind to continue watching the matches, asked aloud. Feng Yu had just finished his match and originally wanted to discuss things with Xiao, but since Xiao had already left, he could only leave with Zhuli. Unconsciously, 3 days had passed since the 50 strongest had been whittled down to 25. It was now noon, with the scorching sun beating down. Lu Qing, do you need something? Xiao, along with Xun'er and Lu Qing, crossed through the spatial formation and arrived back at the residence mountains. He immediately sent Xun'er to rest in the wooden house, while he and Lu Qing took a leisurely stroll in the courtyard. Lu Qing looked around cautiously, making sure no one was nearby before nodding slightly. What's wrong? Xiao was slightly confused by her actions. Xiao, I have a question I'd like to ask you. Please answer truthfully. Lu Qing suddenly became serious, no longer showing the weakness she had before. Go ahead. As long as it doesn't involve my bottom line, I'll answer you. Xiao shrugged helplessly. Is that thing inside you really the sacred flame? Lu Qing's eyes sparkled with anticipation as she looked at Xiao. She had suspected it when they were on Ice and Fire Island, but had never been sure. Sort of. Xiao didn't try to hide it and gave a light response. Really the sacred flame? Lu Qing exclaimed, her eyes wide with disbelief. Although she had guessed it, hearing Xiao confirm it made her quite happy. The Fireheart Heavenly Rock ranked 35th on the Sacred Flame rankings. Xiao answered calmly, with no intention of concealing the truth. So it is. Lu Qing beamed with joy, feeling lucky to have met the wielder of the Sacred Flame so soon after arriving in the Ghost Realm. I know I'm being a bit presumptuous, but I have an unwelcome request. Lu Qing seemed to have made up her mind and spoke earnestly to Xiao. I know you're not from the Ghost Realm. You probably came here for training or some other purpose. And I'm not from the Ghost Realm either. I'm human. I believe you've figured it out by now, but I am from the Holy See. Lu Qing said softly. Xiao nodded. I'd like to ask you to lend the sacred flame to our Holy See, so that we can work together to eliminate the extraterritorial evil clan. Lu Qing said passionately. Such matters don't need you to ask. I would have done it anyway. After all, exterminating the extraterritorial evil clan is the duty of those who control the sacred flame. But the sacred flame cannot be lent out. If there's a chance in the future, I'll cooperate with your Holy See to eliminate the extraterritorial evil clan. Xiao shook his head. It seemed Lu Qing was still too naive. If Xiao Yin were to lend out the sacred flame, the strongest members of the Holy See would surely fight to seize it. Our Holy See is renowned across the human realm. Collaborating with us will bring you countless benefits, Lu Qing said anxiously. I appreciate your kindness, but I must decline, Xiao Yin replied with a smile. What a joke. If he got involved with the sacred flame, he'd only become a pawn of the Holy See. Besides, he still had many responsibilities weighing on his shoulders. Sigh. Fine then. Lu Qing muttered dejectedly after being turned down. It's getting late. Let's head back for now, Xiao Yin said, parting ways with Lu Qing. Her intentions are good, but she's too naive. Sooner or later, the upper echelons of the Holy See will exploit her, Xiao Yin thought, shaking his head as he walked back. Heh, then why don't you take her under your wing? That way, she might suffer less. Besides, a woman of her status in the Holy See could potentially rise to the position of Pope with your support, came the slow voice of the Devourer of Souls, echoing in Xiao Yan's mind. Not a chance. Xiao Yan dismissed the idea, forcefully suppressing any stray thoughts. Otherwise, the sacred flame heart within him might act up again, and not even Xiao Yin could endure that excruciating pain. This Lu Qing holds a significant position in the Holy See, but it's rare to find someone so pure-hearted among them. It reminds me of the Master of Ferocious Souls when he was younger, the Devourer of Souls said with a chuckle. What about him? Xiao Yin asked, intrigued. The Master of Ferocious Souls and I were once acquainted and got along fairly well. Unfortunately, we later became the rulers of opposing domains, and our relationship turned hostile. At some point, he even attacked me with his forces, attempting to seize my soul-devouring domain and some mysterious items in my possession. Since then, our enmity has only deepened. Back when he was young, he made many mistakes, the most grievous of which was leading a coalition of powerful factions from the Ghost Realm, Human Realm, and Buddhist Realm to seal the overlord of the Demon Realm. This incident also seems to be tied to the Holy See, though I can't recall the exact details, the Devourer of Souls said, shaking his head. A coalition of the Ghost Realm, Human Realm, and Buddhist Realm to seal the Demon Realm overlord? Xiao Yin felt a wave of dizziness at the thought. In the Ghost Realm alone, the ferocious soul domain was already a formidable force, and the core of the Ghost Realm was even stronger than that. It was said that each of the 7 realms had a central region that could be reached through ascension, provided one had sufficient strength or encountered the right opportunities. The central regions of the 7 realms were legendary in the Great Thousand Worlds, rumored to hold secrets of immortality and eternal life. Heh, don't underestimate the Demon Realm, the Devourer of Souls warned. Across the 7 realms, the Human Realm ranks first in power, followed by the Demon Realm. As for the Demon Realm Overlord, he unified the entire realm under his rule. In the 7 realms, each realm has countless factions, often fragmented. Only in the Demon Realm, under the Overlord's leadership, has true unification been achieved. This Overlord once ventured into the core of the ferocious soul domain, single-handedly facing its mightiest warriors and retreating unscathed. His strength can only be described as unparalleled, the Devourer of Souls said with a touch of awe. What could compel such a powerhouse to attack the ferocious soul domain? Xiao Yin asked, puzzled. Perhaps the Master of Ferocious Souls committed some offense against the Demon Realm Overlord, provoking his wrath. Otherwise, someone of that level wouldn't act rashly, Xiao Yin speculated, shaking his head. I don't know the specifics. However, when I was traveling through the human realm, I once clashed with a Holy See expert. From his words, I learned that a certain woman within the Holy See had some ambiguous connection with the Demon Realm Overlord. It seems the ferocious soul domain, the Demon Realm Overlord, and the Holy See are intertwined in some way, the Devourer of Souls explained. It seems the Master of Ferocious Souls has done quite a few despicable things in the shadows, Xiao Yin muttered. Kid, you've got a long road ahead of you, the Devourer of Souls chuckled. Don't worry, Master. I will find the items needed to restore your soul's origin and help you take your revenge, Xiao Yin promised with a grin. With your determination, I can rest assured. I wonder how Xun'er is doing now. The Devourer of Souls sighed contentedly. The ghost realm was mostly composed of eerie, shadowy regions, as the ghostly energy there thrived in such environments, enhancing the growth and cultivation of its denizens. However, one place was an exception, the soul-devouring domain. And this time, returning to the soul-devouring domain is also to inform Lord Xun'er of our master's revenge plan, Xun'er said. Xun'er, after being captured for so many years, who knows your true identity? Attacking the ferocious soul domain is no trivial matter. The black-robed man couldn't help but sneer upon hearing this. Although he too desired revenge, the strength of the ferocious soul domain had already surpassed that of their soul-devouring domain by far. Furthermore, with the soul devourer's current whereabouts unknown, seeking revenge now would likely be no different from seeking death. Our master already anticipated this situation, so? Xun'er, upon hearing this, hesitated not at all. He slowly opened his palm, and a small blood-red symbol, engraved with countless eerie, blood-stained runes, silently appeared within the palace. This is the soul-devouring talisman? How is this possible? The black-robed man's pupils involuntarily widened in shock as he gazed at the symbol. The soul-devouring talisman. Indeed, this carries the aura of my master. Xun'er's beautiful eyes swept over the blood-red symbol, and she immediately recognized the familiar aura of the soul devourer. Xun'er, welcome home. Rest well today. Tomorrow, I will summon the elders of the Elder Council to discuss the plan to attack the ferocious soul domain. Xun'er's eyes were filled with a sense of relief and satisfaction. But your majesty, the elders are quite stubborn. They probably won't easily agree to this plan. After all, the soul-devouring domain has only regained some strength under your leadership these years. If it suffers another heavy blow, I fear. The black-robed man was deeply worried. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Jew. I know you mean well, but with the soul-devouring talisman here, any disobedience will be met with execution. Even the Elder Council is no exception. The next moment, a wave of black energy, carrying immense power, struck the black-robed man's body, and Xun'er gave a cold hum. Yes, your majesty. Both Xun'er and the black-robed man responded respectfully. At this moment, Xun'er finally understood why Lord Xun'er was the soul devourer's most favored disciple. With such aura alone, she was certainly not an ordinary human. Master, wait a little longer. This time, Xun'er will avenge you and bring you home. Xun'er sat back on her silver throne, and an overwhelming aura of dominance slowly spread throughout the entire palace. Thus, the soul-devouring domain began its preparations and planning. Once ready, they would declare war on the ferocious soul domain. By then, Xiao would likely join the four great halls, helping the soul devourer regain his original power. Everything proceeded in an orderly fashion. The competition to advance to the top 25 lasted for a full 10 days, and Xiao and the others, after completing their matches on the first day, never went back again. One day, Xiao rested in his room, trying to stabilize the dou qi within him. His dou qi had already reached the peak of early 2-star dou xian, only a step away from reaching mid 2-star dou xian. Hoo-hoo. Not yet. Still a bit off. Xiao sighed and sat up from his bed, shaking his head. Forget it. It seems the breakthrough to mid 2-star dou xian won't happen anytime soon. After struggling in vain, Xiao sighed in relief. He had originally hoped to use this time to increase his strength, but the gap between these small levels felt like a vast chasm that no amount of effort could bridge. Strength cannot be rushed. It requires gradual progress, the soul devourer advised. Xiao lightly nodded, not continuing to force a breakthrough. Forcing it would likely lead to undesirable after effects. By the way, didn't you acquire a wood-type dou skill scroll on Ice and Fire Island? Since you fought with Mu Xiao before and seemed to gain some insights, why not take it out and practice together? It might yield better results, the soul devourer suggested, noticing Xiao downcast expression. Right. Xiao eyes lit up. If it weren't for his master's suggestion, he might have forgotten about it entirely. The wood-type dou skill scroll obtained on Ice and Fire Island was clearly of high rank and could now become another hidden trump card for Xiao. Swish. As always, Xiao Yin summoned his dazzling spiritual power to completely envelop his wooden hut, preparing for the next step. This had become a basic habit for him when traveling alone. The top 25 competition would begin in a month, so Xiao Yin wasn't worried about running out of time. "I hope it's something useful," Xiao Yin murmured as he twisted the storage ring. Immediately, the wood-type scroll he had obtained on Ice and Fire Island appeared in his hand. "Wood attribute, huh?" Xiao Yin murmured lightly, and immediately, he sensed a familiar aura emanating from the parchment scroll. This aura was so potent that even the wooden attribute battle core within his battle soul seemed to heat up with an intense fiery energy. Without hesitation, Xiao Yin activated the second battle core from the Do Chi Si within his body. Vroom, vroom. A faint green aura, resembling fireflies, slowly emerged from Xiao Yin's Do Chi Si and poured into the parchment scroll. As it did, the dull, lifeless scroll suddenly pulsed with vitality. A thick wood attribute aura also filled the air, and the scroll radiated a powerful energy. Though I'm not sure why, it seems this technique requires the nurturing power of wood attribute Dochi to activate it, Xiao Yin said with a smile as he observed the scene. "Now, let's see exactly what this is," Xiao Yin continued, his hand closing around the scroll. Buzz. As soon as his hand touched the scroll, a dazzling green aura erupted from it, releasing a burst of life-giving wood energy that spread outward. Saint rank, early stage, would attribute Do skill, demon wood diagram. The types of demon would include all wood attributes, vines, trees, withered leaves, grasslands. This Do skill focuses on binding and restraining enemies. When fully unleashed, it can manipulate or summon trees from tens of miles around, causing them to rapidly grow, entwine, attack, and imprison. It is a perfect skill for both killing and escaping. May those fortunate enough to wield it cherish it. A booming voice echoed as Xiao Yin probed the contents with his spiritual energy. Even though it was just a faint remnant of the creator's soul imprint, it startled Xiao Yin. From this, he could tell that the creator of this would attribute Do skill scroll must have been a terrifying powerhouse. Demon wood diagram, huh? Xiao Yin muttered. The defensive capabilities of this technique are beyond your imagination, for it doesn't require a forest or a place rich in wood attributes. It can be cast anywhere, even in the sky, though its power will naturally be weaker outside wood-rich areas. The Devourer of Souls chuckled. Swish! As the Devourer of Souls finished speaking, the green aura from the scroll suddenly trembled, pulling Xiao Yin into it in an instant. The internal space of the Do skill scroll? Xiao Yin remarked in surprise. Many high-tier Do skills only recorded the basic cultivation methods on the scrolls, but the scrolls hid a remnant of the creator's soul imprint, allowing later practitioners to better cultivate the skill. That is, just as Xiao Yin was taken by the terrifying power of the scroll's interior, a shadow slowly appeared before him. The figure seemed ancient and unyielding, as if waiting for something. It only moved when Xiao Yin entered. Watch closely. This is a trace of energy left by the Do skill's creator. This energy contains the key to using the demon wood diagram. Pay close attention, the Devourer of Souls commanded. Understood. Xiao Yin nodded, unleashing his spiritual power to feel every move the figure made. Whoosh whoosh. The figure gave Xiao Yin a quick glance before suddenly exploding into motion. Strange patterns began to swirl in the void. Demon wood diagram. A rebellious, wild roar echoed throughout the space. Instantly, massive green vines, towering ancient trees, and withered leaves erupted, surrounding the figure. Impressive. In that brief moment, Xiao Yin sensed the overwhelming power of the demon woods. He realized that if he were to attack now, he would have less than a 50% chance of success. Vroom. In no time, the demon woods began to grow wildly, expanding at a speed that even Xiao Yin found astonishing. The energy emanating from the growth became even more overwhelming. Terrifying. Looking at the vines and trees, now over 100 meters tall, Xiao Yin was filled with awe. With this Do skill, my abilities will surely grow even greater, Xiao Yin mused with a smile. Without further hesitation, he sat cross-legged in midair, following the insights he'd gained to begin cultivating the demon wood diagram. The power of the demon wood diagram far surpassed Xiao Yan's expectations, but he was confident in his ability to master it. A month passed in the blink of an eye. During this time, the rain fell in soft waves. Both Xun'er and Lu Qing came to visit Xiao Yan separately, clearly seeking his advice on something. However, seeing the powerful spiritual aura emanating from his residence, they quietly deduced that Xiao Yan was in seclusion and wisely chose not to disturb him. "Sis, do you think Xiao Yan Big Brother can make it to the top 3? On top of the pavilion, Yue rested her chin on her hand and asked. Since Yue arrived in the Thunder Realm, she had been closely monitored by Xun'er, rarely leaving her room. The reason was that Xun'er had taught Yue a powerful cultivation technique, which kept her locked away in seclusion. There's a good chance, but there are many strong contenders in the top 25, and many are quite formidable. Even I don't have much chance of making it into the top 10, Xun'er said with a slight shake of her head. That won't happen. You're so powerful. Yue hurriedly comforted her upon hearing this. Buzzing. Just as the two were talking, Lu Qing and Duan Qifei's figures slowly appeared outside the pavilion. How coincidental. Seeing them, Duan Qifei quickly ran over to greet Xun'er and Yue. Are you two also looking for Xiao Yan Big Brother? Yue, not knowing much about Lu Qing and Duan Qifei, noticed their close relationship with her sister and couldn't help but ask. Moreover, Xiao Yan's residence was not far from this road, so she asked casually, Where? You should head back. Today is the day for the top 25 trials, and there's nothing for you to do yet. Wait until the second phase and you can give it your all. Xun'er smiled faintly, touching Yue's forehead as she spoke. Okay. Yue nodded lightly and then left. Let's go as well. Xun'er said softly, and the three of them headed towards Xiao Yan's residence. The three women walked side by side towards Xiao Yan's home, attracting envious and jealous gazes from many disciples nearby. After all three women were stunning beauties. I was just about to look for you guys. Xiao Yan's hearty laughter suddenly rang out as the three had barely walked for a while. You're finally out of seclusion. If you hadn't come out, you'd probably have forfeited your spot in the top 25 trials. Duan Qifei laughed. It couldn't be helped, Xiao Yan said with a helpless shake of his head. I had some insights during the trials, so I took advantage of the 1-month break to go into seclusion. Let's go, Xiao Yan smiled and said. The three of them then headed towards the spatial teleportation array. Whoosh! Soon, the four of them appeared once more in the desolate arena. Humph! Who is this blind fool? Doesn't he know that Miss Qifei is our young master's love interest? How dare he walk so close? Is he looking for trouble? As soon as Xiao Yan's group of 1 man and 3 women entered the arena, they immediately attracted envious and hateful glances from several people around. Truly, a beauty brings disaster. Xiao Yan glanced at the 3 women without much interest. He noticed their individual charm but didn't pay attention to the gossip around them. Hey, Xiao Yan. Duan Qifei scanned the surroundings and suddenly spotted some familiar faces, including Fengyu from Maple Blossom Valley and Zhili from the Six Sacred Sect. She walked over to Xiao Yan and made an intimate gesture. Everyone watched as Duan Qifei gently covered her lips with her hand and whispered in Xiao Yan's ear, Do you see that guy? He's really troublesome. Can you be my shield? You'll get some rewards afterward. Oh. Xiao Yan lifted his head at her words and saw a man with a fierce aura walking toward them. The man was dressed in military attire, his face marked with small scars, clearly a battle-hardened expert who had spent years living on the edge of life and death. Hello, Mercenary Guild's Mugu. Before Xiao Yan could respond, the man approached and extended his hand to shake Xiao Yan's, but Xiao Yan noticed a hint of anger in his demeanor. Xiao Yan. Having no choice, Xiao Yan extended his hand to shake his. Whoosh! As their palms touched, a powerful wind burst out between them, indicating a covert clash between the two, despite their outward handshake. Damn, this kid's strength seems unusual. Mugu was slightly surprised. His cultivation had reached the level of late 2-star Do Xian, and he was one of the strongest among the younger generation in Thunder City. Yet, when facing Xiao Yan, he felt a depth he had never sensed before. This guy, Such terrifying strength. Xiao also felt the intense force in their handshake and didn't retreat, instead meeting it head-on. Let go. Duan Qifei, seeing that their palms hadn't parted after a while, couldn't help but chide them. Feier, it's been a while. As soon as Duan Qifei spoke, both men quickly withdrew their hands. Mu Gu scratched his head and spoke. Humph. The competition is about to start, so you should focus on that. The shepherd boy is one of the most talented geniuses in the mercenary guild. Relying on his excellent innate strength, he had repeatedly attempted to propose marriage through the guild's influence, with the help of his father. Thankfully, his father had refused each time, but the constant display of admiration from him left Duan Qifei feeling quite frustrated. Hee, everyone is really early today, came Duan Tianfeng's voice, as it slowly echoed through the air. Starting today, the 25 of you here will compete to secure a spot in the top 12, Duan Tianfeng announced. The top 12? Out of 25 people? What about the last one? Muttered a powerful figure nearby. The 25-person tournament will have 12 matches. The last person will automatically advance and share the 12th spot, Duan Tianfeng explained. Wonder who'll get so lucky, he added with a laugh. Let's begin. Today, the warriors here are all formidable, so I believe each match will be exciting, one of the participants commented. Since that's the case, let's start, Duan Tianfeng said. As before, the matches will be decided by drawing lots. As his words ended, a wooden box for the draw appeared. Let's go. After exchanging a brief word with Xun'er, the two headed toward the draw. I'm blue number 1. Not long after, Xiao and Xun'er returned to the crowd, each holding a piece of paper in their hands. Xiao, what number did you get? Duan Qifei asked, curious when she saw that Xun'er had drawn number 1. I'm exempt. Xiao said helplessly, gently unfolding the paper. The three girls stared in disbelief, not expecting someone as formidable as Xiao to have such good luck. Next, let's have the participant with number 1 come forward,